Now let me be honest right from the start, because this car deserves honesty. The 2026 Nissan Patrol Y63 is not the Patrol people were asking for, but it might be the Patrol people needed. And yeah, I know, no V8. I can already hear the comments. Relax, just stay with me for a minute. Because the moment you look at the Y63 in real life, something clicks. It's still massive, still intimidating, still looks like it could tow a building and then climb over it. This is not a soft Patrol, not even close. Under the hood is a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, 425 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. And that torque comes in early, very early. You press the throttle and the weight just disappears. That surprised me. This thing weighs around 2,700 kilos. On paper, that sounds scary. On the road, it moves with confidence, not urgency. Confidence, like it knows it's heavy and doesn't care. Here's the part most people are missing. The old V8 sounded amazing, yes, but it had to work hard. This V6 doesn't. The turbos do the heavy lifting. Low RPM torque means less stress, less noise, more control. And off-road, this engine makes more sense than the old V8 ever did. You don't need high revs in the sand, you need torque, smooth torque, and the Y63 delivers it cleanly. The 9-speed automatic helps a lot here. Gear changes are calm, not jumpy, not confused. It always feels like the car is one step ahead of you, which is rare in SUVs this size. Now let's talk about the ride, because wow, air suspension changes everything. Old Patrols felt tough, strong, but also busy. This one, it glides, seriously. You hit a bump and the body just settles. No drama, no shaking. On highways, this feels like a luxury cruiser. On broken roads, it stays composed. On sand, it floats, and I'm not exaggerating. It feels like Nissan finally said, okay, let's spoil the driver too. Step inside and the transformation is even clearer. This is not the old Patrol interior with better leather. This is a full reset. Dual 14.3-inch screens, wide, clean, sharp, no clutter. And finally, Nissan's infotainment feels modern, not late, not catching up, just right. But the wildest thing here is biometric cooling. Yeah, that's real. Infrared sensors read body temperature, not cabin temperature, your temperature. If the sun's hitting you harder than the passenger, the airflow adjusts automatically. No button, no thinking. The first time you notice it working, you'll laugh because it feels like the car is watching you in a good way. Like, relax, I got this. Seats are wide, supportive, built for long drives. This is the kind of SUV where you drive for 3 hours and don't feel tired. That matters more than people admit. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the sound. Yes, the V8 grumble is gone. No fake growl, no silly exhaust tricks, and honestly, I respect Nissan for that. They didn't try to pretend this V6 is what it's not. Instead, they leaned into refinement. Silence when cruising, a deep muted tone when you push it. It's mature. If you buy a Patrol just for engine noise, this one may disappoint you. But if you actually drive your Patrol, this one makes sense. Another thing people aren't talking about enough is how stable this thing feels at speed. Highway lane changes? Easy. Crosswinds? Barely noticeable. The body control is impressive for something this tall. And yes, it still feels big. This is not a city SUV. You're aware of its size at all times. But steering is lighter than before. Visibility is excellent. You don't feel stressed driving it daily. That's a big deal. Off-road credibility hasn't been sacrificed either. Low-range gearing, strong chassis, suspension articulation is better thanks to air setup. It's not a rock crawler toy, it's a serious desert machine that just happens to be luxurious now. Here's my honest take. The Y63 Patrol feels like Nissan growing up with its customers. People who bought Patrols 10 or 15 years ago now want comfort, tech, ease, but they don't want to lose toughness. And Nissan didn't lose it. They refined it. Is it perfect? No. Some purists will never forgive the V8 being gone. Some will say it's too quiet, too polished, too luxury. But that's not a mistake. That's a choice. The Patrol is no longer just a desert king. It's a luxury land yacht that can still dominate the desert. That balance is hard, and Nissan pulled it off better than I expected. This isn't a downgrade, it's a shift. If you wanted the old-school raw Patrol, keep your Y62. But if you're stepping into 2026 and want power, comfort, tech, and real off-road ability in one package, the Y63 makes a strong case. And here's the real question I'll leave you with. Would you rather have noise or control? Because the 2026 Nissan Patrol Y63 clearly chose control. And honestly, I think they made the right call.